Yes, I do believe we can come together, get together in the end, as the Primal Scream song is saying, come together. But I just think, I just think we should remind ourselves that technology was always going to go where it was going to go because, I remember I was probably the last generation where I had to wait for the PlayStation. I had to wait for my sister to get it, and then she let me use it. And from that moment on, I think, the way relationships with technology it was never going to be the same again. And today, it's not just about technology. I can actually make my own company, my own business worldwide. I was not able to do that. A school or a university or college was not able to tell me that I could do that. They wouldn't tell me that. Madonna couldn't say that because would have been rapped by her own people by saying that. You had to keep it hush. In those days, those who could really afford the money and were lucky, like in those days, they knew what was going on technologically wise. It was always going to go that way, and this somehow we need to not be in a denial about that. It was always going to happen. It's just about how we overcome these things, then and now, traditional and contemporary, which is something that Madonna, Michael Jackson, Prince all dealt with professionally, personally, and everything. With change, there's always moans and groans and all that. But I'm sorry, the very people who moan about it are actually using it professionally themselves and use it to the highest professional means. So yes, we like downtime, and so do I. I don't like to use technology every single day. No, because I only use it if I know I've got something really pressing to say through my own life experiences that I've survived, because I think it's very important. Context, doing research, doing things in real life, like public singing, a lot which I do, writing for magazines, listening to comments that are, challenging for you, but that helps you get to new meaning. So when you face the street, yeah, you might find a few tricky people, but they can't speak for you. I have to speak for me. And if some guy's going too far, I'm just going to have to wave bye bye. Come on. This is 21st century. I don't know what century you're living in, but I know where I am. Because there are people around the world who cannot do this. They're in a much more terrible position than me, and I'm aware of that as a human being that, has right to legal age as much as any other person, like a homeless person, etc. When they do finally find someone to speak to, which I have supported as well, to be fair. This is Mark Kamara, just give a little insight about, feelings about come together, get together in a real context. And I do believe there's a hope. We've got to talk.